very busy night in the world of wrestling, and I don't know how many reviews I'm going to be doing. I could do an ROH review, I could do an NXT review, even Lucha Underground, which I really want to try and get an ROH, but tonight we're going to do our TNA Impact Wrestling review, New Night Wednesdays. It's pretty much, people are now saying the Wednesday Night War, to be honest, and tonight was pretty much a good show. Not as great as last week. Last week, I believe, was a better show, but this one was a solid show, a really great show tonight. And with all this wrestling going around, 4 TV shows, it's crazy. And pretty much as he kicked it off with a barbershop quartet singing EC3's theme song as he brought out Tyrus with him, having women hold up signs, and pretty much in commentary this week, Josh Matthews in the return of the Pope, D'Angelo De Niro, which I don't know why he's in the ring, but hey, get the Pope back anyway. Hopefully he's back in the ring soon. He came out and talked about he's the #1 contender for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and at the celebration began, and he quoted George Bush saying mission accomplished and stuff, and talked about Kurt Angle. He's had a great run. He's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, and yes, you know, and stuff, but Kurt Angle came out, interrupted the celebration, and pretty much he said Luthez and Vern Gagne will roll over their graves if they saw EC3's celebration, and pretty much, you know, I guess saying too soon in a way. Either way, I guess I would say too soon, just, you know, for Vern Gagne and stuff. But he talked about Rockstar Spud that probably will get a shot before EC3 because Rockstar Spud has to make the decision night before Destination X next week to cash in his X Division title to win the World Heavyweight Championship. So pretty much, you know, he was kind of, EC3 said you're ducking me. He's trying to dodge. He said Kurt Angle was dodging him and stuff. And he told the women to leave the ring and everything, and Tyrus, which was kind of funny. He told Tyrus to dance, and everybody thought it was gonna get Brodus Clay back in the building, but no dancing. And when everybody left, and pretty much EC3 told the barbershop quartet to sing Kurt Angle out, and they said goodbye, 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 and Angle slammed one of the guys at the end, leaving him on the ground. So with the 5, pretty much Kurt Angle taking Angle slam one of them, which was really, in a way, it was kind of funny, weird but funny with the barbershop quartet singing the theme song. Bobby Lashley went against Eric Young, which was pretty much a good match, I'll say that, as Chris Melendez came out and looked at Eric Young. I just wanted payback on for tearing off his leg and choking him with it. And once Bobby Lashley won the match with the spear, he charged down the ring, coming after him, and Eric Young got out of dodge anyway. Rockstar Spud was talking to the camera guy in the back as they talked about what's going to happen. Are you going to cash in the title? And he's already worked 14 years with the X Division title. Get on the name, you know, get on the list of names that have held that title. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Frankie Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, Austin Aries, all those guys that have held the X Division title. And then they showed the dollhouse talking about she's tired of living in Gail Shadow, and she told that Awesome Kong that she would get her title shot next week for the Knockouts Championship at Destination X. And she said she's going to prove why she's the X in Destination X. Still don't know what the dollhouse is all about, but there's something. Chris Melendez talked about Eric Young, talking about, you don't know what I've been through and stuff. And it's going to be beyond a wrestling match because he's challenging Eric Young to a fight. Spud was talking to Austin Aries about option 3. You know, because Austin Aries, he's done option C before, and that option 3, but option C. Yet, you know, no one doesn't know if it's a good idea. And he said you could make a choice. You could be different from this and stuff. Brooke Tessmacher went against Jade at the Dollhouse. Brooke got the win. Which was a pretty much good match, I'll say that. Wasn't really bad, so I kind of enjoyed the match. JB, Jeremy Borash, was interviewing EC3 in the back and talked about the interview and everything about what's going to happen. Rockstar Spud Tyrus him the phone, and that's the phone call, and he just walked away and didn't do the interview. Brooke and Rebel were talking in the back, celebrating the match, but the Dollhouse pretty much attacked the Rebel after. The BDC went against the Rising, which the 6-man tag was alright, I'll say that. It wasn't much, but the Rising picking up the win. So there wasn't much to say. It's Drew Galloway got the pin on low key. And I don't know where this is going to go. It wasn't really much with the BDC and the Rising this week. Kind of, not stale, but it wasn't much for the 6-man tag. Didn't see Homicide, no beat down by the BDC and jump everybody, but hopefully next week something good will happen with one of those teams. Mickey James is going to meet James Storm. We'll meet the people in Nashville for that whole music thing with choosing James Storm, and kind of with the commercial from there. Rockstar Spud was in the ring with Jeremy Borash about his decision to keep the championship or turn it in and get a title shot next week. As Kurt Angle came out, I've done a lot, he says, and I'm not losing this World Heavyweight Championship anytime soon. So you have a choice to make. Because Angle went through his credentials and everything. You know, he's a 13-time World Heavyweight Champion. He doesn't plan on losing it. As EC3 and Tyrus came out talking about, I called you a lot of things, Spud, a lion, gazelle, everything, but you're swimming with sharks in the water right now. And you're standing in the ring with probably the greatest professional wrestler that ever lived. Until I came along, as EC3 says. And he talked about the offer they got. Him and Dixie Carter will give Rockstar Spud offer of being the chief of staff for life, like lifetime contract. And, you know, and stuff, and option C, he talked about feeling his destiny and everything. And yes, he took really, you know, great pride in being chief of staff. And JDC3 talked about him, looked down the pot and made him bleed and shaved his head. He tell you can take all that contract, all that stuff, and shove it right up your ass, pretty much. Because for 14 years, he's worked hard, 14 years of his life, and you just laugh at it. And he cashed in his X Division title, and he will get his title shot next week, one-on-one against Kurt Angle for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship at Destination X. And before they could say anything else, EC3 attacked them and backed out of the ring for Kurt Angle then. Which, I gotta say, the Rockstar Spud always a good talker. Really good talker, especially doing this whole thing, being underdog, from hesitating to now not, you know, putting caution in the wind, I would say, or something, and, you know, cashing in, will come to TNA, cashing in his X Division title to get his shot next week for the world title now. So, yeah, so he's going to get the title shot next week. It's going to go down, so watch out for that, and we'll look to see what happens. So it was a good segment right there. Austin Aries and Bobby Roode talking about, you know, how they're 0-2 right now in the you know, best of 5 series, and they got to do something. They got to do whatever it takes, but say we're not like that anymore. And he gave him a shirt to, you know, help him remember. Storm and Mickey talking about the back, you know, like you're a star, you're a great music and wrestler and everything, and you talk about Magnus can't give you the things he can, so, and, you know, he should say you and your son can come with me and join the revolution. And she said she goes, man, this is their son, not her son, it's their son and stuff. And, you know, Storm pretty much, you know, apologized and everything. It was wrong for him to do that. Not just he walked to a car then, and pretty much he was kind of, his face was just pretty much pissed as he walked to her car. The Wolves went against Austin Aries and Bobby Roode, the Dirty Heels, that they came out in Dirty Heel t-shirts. Pretty much, once again, putting on another great, phenomenal match, just like last week's match. Pretty much coming to the ending of it, though. Austin Aries threw a chair inside of the ring, and Bobby Roode didn't want to use it, and he held the title up. And then Bobby Roode turned around looking more of the Wolves. He low blowed him, hit him with the chair, and won the match, pretty much making the series now 2-1. And once again, always, the best of 5 series has been great since the beginning. Last week's match was phenomenal. Once again, another great, phenomenal match. Hopefully, this goes all the way to the 5th match at Slammiversary. So I really am liking the best of 5 series. I gotta say, if you don't know what tag team wrestling is, that's a good tag team. That's tag team wrestling right there. It's like, if you don't believe me, go look at last week's match with the Wolves and the Dirty Heels, and I promise you'll be impressed. Storm and Mickey James were walking past some train going down the hall, and, you know, they were talking, and she pulled out her phone, and she does your phone, and I guess it was a park train or something, and I guess when Storm picked up his phone, I don't know if this looked bad or not, he just pushed Mickey James inside of a train track, and now he says, he called him as Mickey's not gonna make it to dinner. It's a long way down, and then he does a little whistle thing, and I don't know. I don't know. Did James Storm just murder Mickey James? Like, well, what did he do? I thought he pushed her down a hole or just something to hurt herself. Like, what, did you push her into a moving train to kill her? That she's made a decision now. So, Madness is a great. I mean, Storm's a great heel, and he's making this work. But are we really gonna kill Mickey James now? I can see you capturing the Revolution Buddies got involved, but did James Storm really just murder Mickey James on TV? I don't know. Good segment wherever this is going, but if he murdered her, that's a whole different story. Madison Rain was complaining about she's not on TV. Now Velvet Sky's holding all the TV time, and she doesn't even work in this company anymore. That's pretty much she talked about Velvet and everything, but he slapped her, and pretty much Velvet Sky speared Madison Rain and then stunned her. And because I guess whatever her new thing is, because Madison said, all your little purple streaks of hair and all this new gear doesn't make you anything, and pretty much she told security to take down Velvet Sky and get rid of her after she attacked her and everything. And he says, you're out of here, Velvet. And this segment was dead. But pretty much the room got really alive. The crowd, I don't think they really cared. So security cam says, you hit a fan and we're taking you, arresting you. Pretty much, and took her away. The real security team, and took her away for assaulting a fan. I don't know. That segment was kind of trash right there. That segment wasn't really anything. And as we went into the main event, Kurt Angle and Rockstar Spud against Tyrus and EC3 as it's a tag team match, and pretty much a good tag team match for what it was with both Angle and Spud. Pretty much Angle hit the ankle slam on Tyrus as Rockstar Spud picked up the win. Josh Matthews got the why is it Kurt Angle music playing? But then Austin Aries came out and he talked about he's going to main event Destination X again. Once you two finish your World Heavyweight title match, I'm going to main event the show and face either Kurt Angle or Rockstar Spud for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship once he cashes in his Feast or Fire case. As EC3 pretty much looked pissed dancing when he's going to get his title shot. It pretty much ended there as Destination X will be next week. So it was a great show, I'll say that. Really great show tonight. Not as good as great as last week, but it was a great show for what it was. As I said before, this Wednesday night thing with all these shows is crazy. Like I said, TNA, ROH, NXT, and Lucha Underground. And sometimes, I've said this before, I think this could be a positive thing for both TNA and ROH, that both shows can bring the best out of each other by having both of these wrestling channels on there. In Destination America, like, why would you want to get rid of any wrestling program? You're benefiting yourself by having two wrestling programs on the same channel, ROH and TNA. See, this thing, if everybody could put their egos aside for 1 minute, everybody, whoever runs Destination America, Dixie Carter, and whoever runs ROH right now, I'm not really sure, but whoever does, get your act together, make this benefit. All three of you can benefit this. But stop with all these rumors of trying to get rid of TNA. Keep them on the channel. Keep both ROH, even though ROH will only be to the end of the year since it's a 26-year deal. As long as you do a little inter-promotional thing, like I said in the last probably videos, TNA versus ROH. And I said this before, how cool would it be to get AJ Styles or Kaz and Daniels back in TNA for one more time? As there have been rumors about AJ Styles turning down the TNA Hall of Fame spot. I don't know why AJ Styles should have been a TNA Hall of Fame person to begin with anyways, but allegedly he turned it down. I don't know. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't know who's going to that TNA Hall of Fame this year, so we'll just have to wait and see. If maybe his changes now, he should have been the first member of the TNA Hall of Fame to begin with. If we're going to make a TNA Hall of Fame, you might as well put day one man AJ Styles. Like the face of the company at the time, but like I said, all three of these the network can get all three of them to work together. Like I said, Destination America, ROH, TNA need to get their act together and benefit off of this. You're on Wednesday nights, you can make this work. You're on the same channel. Let's not get rid of any shows, make it benefit do some type of war. I'm sure, come on, that'll put asses in seats. That'll, like, get the fans to watch it more if you want that. Because this is like a four-way battle right now with Lucha, NXT, TNA, and ROH. And I think a lot of good things can happen out of all this. Especially with ROH, TNA, and Destination America, if they can get their act together, like I said. But this was a good show of Impact tonight. Really good. And make sure you check out more reviews, which I'm probably going to do an ROH review, maybe. On more NXT. Sorry keeping up with all these shows. They're all everywhere nearly at the same time. You don't know where you can stop and watch first, since ROH and NXT are on at the same time. That's America. Lucha Underground's hard to get sometimes for me, so I'm really doing my best to get that. But once again, no Smooth HWLD coming with the news reviews. And all you know I do, the show, here I go. We're done with this today, and now we're done with this review of TNA. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace.